And Iowa teens return to the state fair is helping her heal and regain what was lost after a deadly tornado ripped through several Iowa counties back in March. The state fair has a special place in the hearts of many Iowans. It has taken on a new meaning now for a high school senior from Winterset who hopes her perseverance can inspire others. The state fair is an annual tradition for many Iowa families.
Ever since I can remember, I've only missed one fair, and that was only because I had a surgery.
Whether the 17-year-old is hosting 4-H events
from Iowa County, we have Reagan Grimm, Katie Campbell,
or competing for them,
I go to work.
Addie Burkett of Winterset had racked up quite the collection of state fair ribbons.
I had like a medal shelf, and it had all my fair medals and all of my plaques and belt buckles and trophies that I've won. And I don't know if those were recovered or not. I haven't seen half of my personal belongings.
In March, a deadly tornado sent those mementos into the wind, along with much of her family home in Winterset.
I did have like little scrapes on like my cheeks and on my arms from like glass and like corn stalks cutting me.
She took cover from an EF4 tornado with 170-mile-per-hour winds in a utility room and walked out with a new look on life.
There was a solid second there that I thoroughly believed that I was going to die there in my basement with my family.
The recovery continues 5 months later for many in her community.
I've been reminded that there has been a tragedy in my past and that I struggle with some things that other people can do really easily, whether that be like go home, sit in bed and stuff like that. I couldn't do that for a long time.
In the face of that adversity, Addie, an incoming senior at Winterset High School, was standing tall in the Iowa State Fair parade as Madison County Fair Queen.
I think it shows that anything is possible, a lot of perseverance and a lot of grit, considering that something that big.
Just days into the fair and multiple blue ribbons are back in Addie's possession, including one for a mock political party platform binder.
It really taught me a lot more about perseverance.
The 4-H building is filled with a year's worth of hard work from across the state of Iowa. While the ribbons may not hold any monetary value, for Addie, regaining some of them lost after the tornado is a part of the healing process. A process that could come full circle as Addie earned a blue ribbon in the 4-H communications contest speaking on trauma responses.
The normalcy of the fair and being able to help out and participate is just a big thing, considering I'm very routine based. So
trauma she and many others in Warren, Polk, and Madison counties will need time to recover from. One day at a time, one event at a time, one step at a time.
I lost my house, my childhood home where I grew up in, but I'm still able to bounce back and do greater things through that.
Yeah, and Ed, I mean, to hear her positivity, her outlook on life. We met Addie's mom, Wendy, as well, just another positive person after all they've been through, to be joyful and still dedicated to the fair and bringing the family out. I know a lot of people were impacted by these tornadoes and having that positivity as well in those counties.
So often with a tornado like that, we hear about, things that are so important to a family being found miles and miles and miles away. Maybe hopefully she'll find some of those other trophies and ribbons, but man, is she an inspiration. I love that.